All right, I'm going to be writing stuff on the board. I'll tell you what all my teachers have told me. If I'm writing it down, it's not for my benefit. And you're going to learn this stuff in abnormal psychology anyway, so you might as well pay attention. We're going to start with the most common mood disorder. Who knows what it is? It's major depressive disorder. Yes, depression. Who knows the difference between a disorder and an episode?
Would an episode be like a short term?
Exactly. Episodes are typically maybe a week or two long. The disorder is going to last several months, maybe a couple of years. If you have depression and it's mild but it's long-lasting, usually over 2 years, what do we call it? No ideas? Sorry, I can't spell. So with depression, it's the dysthymic disorder. Mild symptoms of depression over a long period of time, 2 years or more. And we also have seasonal affective disorder, SAD. So you get depressed usually in the winter months. Hello.
Hello.
I'm going to tell you what I told them. I'm recording this class on audio only,
Okay.
and it's strictly voluntary. If you don't want to participate, that's fine.
Oh, this one.
Okay. So, how many of you learned helplessness, probably in Gen Psych? Okay. 2, 3. Great. Who wants to tell me what it is? Nobody?
Learned helplessness is when a person believes that they have no control over their environment, so they kind of, I don't know, they lose hope in a sense. I'm not able to put it, but
Pretty good, yeah, pretty close. You're introduced to a helpless situation where you feel like you have no control, and then when you are put in situations where there might be some elements of control, you act in a helpless manner. This is related to depression as well. Hi. I'm recording this class on audio only. If you don't want to participate, that's fine. Okay. And who developed this theory? It starts with an S. No, not Freud. No.
Seligman.
Seligman. There you go. So then we have our next principle related to depression is negative cognitive triad. What does triad mean? 3, yes. So our negative cognitive triad by Beck is negative thoughts about the self, the world, and the future. That's enough right there to make you depressed, isn't it? Yes, that was a joke. All right, so we're moving on from depression to bipolar disorders. I don't have an eraser. Does anyone know the difference between bipolar 1 and bipolar 2?
Bipolar 1 is mostly manic to hype. Well, was it manic to depressed?
Yes.
And then it's the opposite for 2.
Pretty much, yeah. So bipolar 1 is manic symptoms are severe. They sometimes require hospitalization. Depressive episodes typically last about 2 weeks, so they're not long. Bipolar 2, the patterns of depressive and hypomanic episodes. So there's a difference between mania and hypomania. What is it? No one know? Mania, this is your extreme high levels, elevation. Hypomania, not so much. If we were put it on a graph, I'm running out of room because I don't have an eraser. let's say you have your normal moods right here. Usually people feel in this range. Here's hypomania, mild depression, severe depression, mania. Got it? I'm drawing lines, like I'm back in music class. Alrighty. And then, like we saw with dystemic disorder, with depression, bipolar disorder also has a mild, lasts longer than 2 years. And we call this cyclothymic disorder. Yay! Also, there's rapid cycling. Dr. Garth is going to love this. He's going to walk in here. All right, rapid cycling. 4 more episodes of major depression, mania, hypomania, or mixed states within a year. What's a mixed state? More than when what?
Symptoms together.
Symptoms of...
Like mania and depression together.
Precisely. Symptoms of mania and depression at the same time. The DSM-5, since we don't use the DSM-4 anymore, they came out with a new edition, doesn't call it mixed states. They call it a mixed features specifier of bipolar disorder. What a mouthful. Okay, who knows what... Please tell me you know what the DSM is. It's something Dr. Garnes asks on his tests all the time. That is, but Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of
Mental disorders.
Bingo. All right. So we've covered depression, bipolar. We're going to anxiety. I need nerds. All right. GAD, what is it? Who knows? Generalized anxiety disorder, characterized by excessive, uncontrollable, often irrational worry. It interferes with daily life. So, what is anxiety? Is it different than fear?
Yes.
Yes, how? I'm going to let you, that's your homework assignment. Find out the difference between anxiety and fear. We have social anxiety disorder. My handwriting's getting worse as we go. Please do not confuse social anxiety disorder with seasonal affective disorder, SAD. They're the same initials. SAD is seasonal affective. Social anxiety, the extreme fear of being judged or watched by others in social situations. So how many years do people typically go before they seek professional help with social anxiety? Any guesses?
4 years.
4 years, 5 years? Okay, you're going to love this. 36% of people with social anxiety report symptoms for 10 or more years before they seek help. Fun. Moving on. Panic disorders. I'm already halfway down this page. Panic disorders and panic attacks. I hate my handwriting. Spell attacks. Here we go. What's the difference between a disorder and an attack? Panic.
Okay, the attack, it happens all of a sudden, and then what was the second part?
It's panic disorder.
I guess overall general.
This is the fear, this is the behavior you develop after you've had an attack. So you have a panic attack, which is physical symptoms. It's can include but is not limited to rapid or pounding heartbeat, chest pain, shortness of breath, chills, nausea, numbing. A lot of people report it feels like they're having a heart attack. Yeah. So when it becomes a panic disorder, your behavior changes. You avoid places where you've had panic attacks. You might start self-medicating. I don't recommend. Please seek professional help. And also, there's this feeling of being out of control or not having control over yourself when you're having a panic attack. Okay.
I got a question.
Yes.
You know how you got panic disorder and attacks?
Yes.
Can you have like an anxiety attack?
Yes.
Is it like a difference in symptoms, or is it basically like the same thing?
There are a few differences. And you can look that up. That's your homework assignment. You aren't actually have to do your homework assignments. All right, what am I going to erase? Over here. Ew. Okay, so now I just have a few definitions for you guys. We'll make this class really short. Recurrence versus relapse. Differences. Anyone?
A reoccurrence is something that keeps happening over and over again, but a relapse is something that happened, but then it got extinct, but then you go back to doing it. You withdraw, well, not withdraw, but you had a relapse.
Not quite. Not quite. So in psychology, recurrence is the new occurrence of a disorder after a remission of symptoms. So the symptoms go away. Hello, I'm recording this class on audio. If you don't want to participate, that's fine. It's strictly voluntary. Cool, thank you. All right, recurrence. So after the remission of symptoms. This would be like the cancer patient who goes in and gets chemotherapy, and for years and years and years they think the doctor's got it all, they're fine. Then all of a sudden they're coming up short of breath and they go back to the hospital and the cancer's back. That's recurrence. Your relapse is the return of symptoms after a short period of time. So you thought you were doing okay on maybe medication, and the medication stops working, so the symptoms come back. All right. I know you guys know this one, right? Comorbidity. Yes? You all know that one. Exactly. More than one disorder at a time. And it doesn't have to just be a mental disorder, does it? It could be like anxiety and obesity. So, when we get into treatment, medication, cognitive behavioral therapy, what else? How do we treat mental disorders? Hi! You're late. I'm going to let you know, but I let all of them know. I'm recording this class on audio. Participation is strictly voluntary, and Dr. Carnes will be back in a minute. So, how do we treat mental disorders? We've got medication, therapy, what else?
Can we name different types of therapy?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Music therapy, art therapy, play therapy,
Behavior
some
therapy.
physical therapy.
Yep. Anything else? How about ECT? Electroconvulsive therapy, which we still do, but not much of, thankfully. What else? Something we used to do, it's not really seen much, starts with an L. L-O. Bingo. All right. So we've got comorbidity, learned helplessness, negative cognitive triad, recurrence, relapse. And now I'm going to quiz you, and then we'll be done. So, question 1. This is short. It's 5 questions. Which of the following is considered the best treatment for a mood disorder? Therapy, medication and therapy, time, or just medication?
Time.
Raise your hands if you think it's just therapy. So one, medication and therapy together. All right, time, medication. It's medication and therapy together. Although I'm sure Dr. Garnes would disagree, he doesn't like medication. All right, define comorbidity and give me an example.
Comorbidity is when you have more than, well, when you have a main illness and another illness that contrasts with it, like PTSD and schizophrenia.
Good. Anyone else? More examples?
You just said obesity and anxiety, so.
That's true.
Then you said manic and depression also.
Alright, so here's one. We didn't cover this in my brief lecture, but I just want your guys' opinion. How long do you think it typically takes an antidepressant to start taking effect?
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
30 minutes? 24 hours? It's up to 4 weeks.
I think it's a day.
Yeah. Up to 4 weeks for antidepressants to start working.
So,
Because it's your brain chemistry. This isn't like taking an aspirin. This is long-term effects. All right. Another multiple choice. Psychotherapy is used to affect one's actions, emotions, thoughts, or all of the above. Who says actions? Raise your hand. No one? Emotion? I got a smart class. Thoughts? All of the above. Yay! We do have a smart class. All right, this is the last question, and then I'll get Dr. Garnes back in here to take attendance. Anxiety disorders affect how many adults in the U.S. each year? How many?
83%.
Okay. Each year, individually. Not as a percentage. Give me actual numbers.
25,000.
25,000, 1 million.
How about I say like
You said, what is it, anxiety?
1,586,640.